Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Heritage Hip Hop Show, the Mike Council tonight, as we'll be talking about the recap of the TNL Talk one-on-one marketing and promotion event. Please stay tuned. Make sure you hit the like button and continue to watch as we go into this great conversation. I'll be back very soon.
Done.
Guess who's Bazak? What's going on, everybody? Peace and blessings to everybody out there. This is Kareva of Heritage Hip Hop, and welcome to the Mike Council, this show where we talk about issues that affect the hip hop community at large. These conversations go beyond music and beats, they go into the conversation of education, life, we go into politics, et cetera, et cetera. And today's topic is a recap of an event I had the opportunity to go to that was about marketing versus promotion. Speaking of that right now, while I'm doing all this, I would like for everybody who comes into the room, hit the like button, comment, and share the video. Today we're going to go and talk. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about some things when it comes to people putting their music out, mistakes people make, and information that I've learned at the event that I had a chance to go to. All right. So before I get there, I'm trying my best to get some things sent out while I'm on here. So pardon me if it's looks kind of crazy, but I'm transparent and I ain't ashamed. I'm trying to I'm trying to get some things done so everybody can see it. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, thank you for coming in. Make sure you chime in the comments because this conversation is about artistry. And I'm taking the road to do something artistic myself, and I see some of the pitfalls that people go through. So before I go into that, let's actually show the flyer where I was. So this was the flyer of the event right here. TNL Talk 101, marketing versus promotion. And you see there's 4 individuals on the screen right there. Me, I look like the Jedi Master Sith Lord, right at the bottom left. But you have Minnie, Mini Movement Media, Cedric Perry of Renaissance Music, and Divine. She's a creativity coach that works for a marketing firm that handles Facebook, Instagram. So she's really big on the integration of technology, how it's used to how it's used to help artists get their product out, right? Of all aspects, whether it's music, clothing, even technology itself. She's real big in that, right? So I must tell you, this event was this past Saturday, I believe, in Jersey City, downtown Jersey City. Salute to downtown Jersey City. You got some stuff going on down there that's amazing, And I want to give a shout out to True and Living LLC because they were the ones who actually gave me the invite. Salute to Keith Chandler and his peoples down there. They gave me the invite to come down there and speak. Now, those of you who don't know, I've worked with True and Living, and I was going to their events, and Keith Chandler actually won a Heritage Hip Hop Award for Artist of the Year. So it was an honor to go and be invited to this event to go speak. You see what I'm saying? And when I went to the event, I didn't really know what to expect. I saw one of my favorite New Jersey artists, Salute the Queen Nevaeh. She was going to perform. I got excited. I'm like, I get to see Nevaeh again. That's what's up. But going to the event, I did not know what to expect. So I came in there with the little bit of knowledge I have because I think I've done about this much. People say it's more, but may the Most High bless it. And I wanted to speak to people about marketing versus promotion. And the whole conversation that we had down there was about the fluctuation of the industry. What do people do right and what do people do wrong when it comes to being marketable, making themselves ripe for marketing, and the difference of promotion? So, for all of you who do not know, the difference between marketing and promotion in layman's terms is a market is where you're popular, and promoting is giving them information to know to support you. That's really about it. But there is more to it. You do have to go in depth. You do have to know about the area, what they like about you, your return on investments, etc. And getting to talk with these other individuals was very, very helpful, you know, even for myself, because I do a lot of things and I never really promoted what I do. People just think I'll just come on here and just talk all day. And that's not true. If you see my flyer, let me just put up there. On the side of the flyer, you see New Jersey with a hat on there. That's the Fleet DJ family. I am a member of the New Jersey Fleet DJ family. Shout out to DJ Goya Bean. You know what I'm saying? He runs our chapter. And on the right, you see Heat DJs. We are official. The Autobot sign with the headphones. Shout out to MJ Savino. Shout out to Rampage, the lieutenant of the Flip Mode Squad. They run that. And I'm a part of that group too. So what do I do? Well, for one, my title in Heritage Hip Hop is not just CEO or owner. I'm also a music solution specialist, which means people have actually asked me to read their music contracts. People have asked me to come up with campaigns for their music or their art. People have asked me to help them put together EPKs, media packages, write blogs on their albums, give reviews. So I've done a little bit of a lot of things, and I don't really put it out there too much. But I see after this conversation, I really am going to have to. I'm really going to have to because maybe I am shortchanging myself when it comes to how I help people. And maybe it's about time that I give people in depth who I am. As a music solution specialist, salute. Thank you, Notes. I appreciate that. As a music solution specialist, my job is to help you come up with an answer to whatever it is that bothers you or the problem that has arisen from you wanting to put your music out. My number one issue in music may not be yours. So, by having a conversation about consulting and things like that, my job is, if you hire me, is to show you the best way to break through the mold of being just another person that releases a song. That may mean how to do your video, how to do an interview, because I give interviews to prep you for interviews, how to make sure your paperwork is complete before you're sent to somebody, things like that. Even if you need a bio written about yourself or what you do, that's what I do to help catapult and get people to where they need to go. All right. Now, the people I sat with made people. Let's start with Cedric Perry. His name goes by Seti P. Renaissance Music. He actually owns a label and manages artists. So, do we do some similar things? Probably, most definitely, probably. But the range of what he does as a label and as a manager is different than me as a media consultant and someone who preps you for the management. You see what I'm saying? And there's a certain respect that an up and coming artist goes to management with and for. For instance, he talked about tagging people in things and thinking that they're going to help you get what you need just because you tag their name in it. And that's not how things go, you know? We talked about people not knowing how to use their social media correctly. And we're going to talk about that tonight. I've talked at the I've talked at nauseum with artists about making connections and relationships so you can get the best out of your art and people can support you, right? There's artists from New Jersey who bypass New Jersey and go to New York and Pennsylvania, not knowing that if home don't mess with you, they don't mess with you. So if you took care of home first and then went out, when people do their homework about you, then they'll say, okay, this person knows what they're doing, they're official. Then they're checking your bio, they're checking for your pictures, they're checking for all these things about you so they could do some history on you. A lot of artists miss that. And we know he talked about that a little bit as well. The thing I liked about hearing from somebody who owns a label and does artist management is the fact that there are tiers and processes to build your brand as an artist. And most artists today still don't know what a brand is. And they don't understand what branding is. No artists like Brandon. Who the hell is Brandon? Not knowing that branding is how you stand out in a crowd, which is amazing to say the least. Uh, Besides Steady P, salute to Renaissance music. I met Minnie from Mini Media Movement. She worked at Hot 97 under Angie Martinez, the queen of hip hop media. Salute to Angie. Mount Rushmore, Angie, when it comes to hip hop. And Angie helped her get her thing together to become an independent and a powerhouse when it comes to journalism, not blogging, journalism, and media movements. Similar to what I do? Maybe in some cases. She is a person who knows how to put together a bio and take it to the next level. She is. And by seeing her and listening to her, you know when a person's full of crap and when they know what they're talking about. And she's definitely a resource of knowledge. And I salute her because one thing she talked about is being correct when you go to present yourself to a lot of people. And unfortunately, a lot of artists are still not correct when they go see people. I'll tell you what happened to me. Somebody hit me, they DM me in my Instagram, which is number one crazy, especially if you come the wrong way. And the person said to me, yo, sup with an interview, or yo, sup with an interview. Either way, you know how you read it could be bugged out. But it's like, if you came to somebody with that attitude, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be left on red. And I'm not no different. And I've also gotten people who demanded, told me that I need them, and also told me how to run my business in DMs on Instagram. Now, mind you, I'm a media outlet. I'm not a label. I could only imagine what a manager and A&R and a label gets. But for what I got, I was totally pulled back. And she told instances of how people have given her the cold shoulder. It's like, she's like, tell me about yourself. They're like, well, go read my other stuff. And she's like, no, that's not my job. Tell me about you, fill this paper out, and let's get something written about you. And basically, they gave her the hardest time. And I was like, damn, that's crazy that somebody would do that when they need all the help they can get to be put out for people to understand who they are. See, when you don't have the first impression is the most important thing, and people know this about me. When you make a bad first impression, not only can you kill the opportunity you have to be taken correctly, you rubbing somebody the wrong way can make a bad name for yourself, and people will not mess with you based upon other people's opinions. So you got to be very careful of how you conduct yourself and introduce yourself to people. The third person I met was a divine energy. She is energy. And her story is about in depth marketing, promotion, and knowing where to put yourself, how to place yourself, and how to feed those people what they need to know about you. As a person who works with technology that's integrated into Facebook and Instagram, she has some serious knowledge about the ramifications of what marketing and promotion could do for an artist. True. Let's get to the meat and potatoes about what happened. So, some people would say the venue was not full. I personally said, with all the artists in New Jersey, sure, more could have been there, but everything happened on God's time. It is not for me to get angry. Those who were supposed to be there were there. And the people who were there at the end of the event, they came up to all four of us and the moderator, Keith Chandler. They came up to us and told us how great it was to get some information. Let me give you some of the information that was given that I think is very important for an artist. If you don't market and promote, number one, you're going to get lost in the shuffle of time. If 100,000 songs come out per day, you are 99,999. You're competing against them to be heard. Then tomorrow, you're 199,999, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So without marketing and promotion, you don't stay on the minds of the people or get given to the people who are looking for music at all. You just go into, you're just a grain of sand that gets lost in the hourglass, and you're just getting piled on and you don't know it, right? Now, marketing means, Karev is popular in New Jersey. Let me promote in New Jersey so people know what's going on. Or Karev is popular in North Carolina. Let me throw some promotion packages in North Carolina so people know what's going on. That is really what marketing and promotion it really comes down to, is letting the people who mess with you the most know you have things going on. My thing is not only letting those people know that you're around, but making it lucrative. Because when you put your money into the social media bank, Spotify, Tidal, and Apple is only used for promotion. That's not really used for your benefit and your welfare. And that's where a lot of artists get it wrong, because you think social media is what gets them the money or the value, and it's not. What social media is for is total promotion. That's all. Let's take this to another level. I have so many people who come out with albums, right? That I know. Some of them are great. I mean, I'm not going to name them on here. Just know that when the Heritage Hip Hop Awards come up in August, those are the albums I believed in the most for my calendar year. So when it comes to putting an album out, right? A lot of artists would just post on social media, and that only goes to the outreach of their friends. And they're asking their friends to like, post, and share. And I look at it like that's not even their job. It's a pleasure for them to do it. And thank y'all when y'all do that. Even for me, I appreciate it. But that's not what's going to move the needle to make people know who you are. You feel me? You're going to be known by how much money you put into your promoting game and your marketing, so people understand who you are, right? And that goes to the point where if you are not known, it's your fault. You sabotage yourself as an artist by not moving around and letting people know that you exist. There's one artist I'm very proud of, two artists I'm proud of. I'll say three. Gail Campbell. Gail Campbell is a singer who goes from state to state, city to city, pop-ups, shows, signings. She might as well be doing damn fashion shows. She's doing marathons and all that, just so people know she's there. And it's working, because people hear her music all over, and they are infatuated with her to the point where they're looking for her to come to perform, and they're looking to give her some money. Queen Avea, dope artist, right? But she's opening up for Benny Siegel, Styles P. She's moving around. She's dropping freestyle. She's consistent. She's doing all this stuff. but she's out moving around so people know she's there. Then you have Samad Savage, another artist who's going out, moving or shaking, was number 5 on iTunes with his last album and doing what it takes to make sure his face, his voice, and his presence is known. Got played on Hot 97. You still need radio. Radio's not dead. He gets played on Hot 97, and now his name is even in another tier of when it comes to making it and getting out there. What a lot of artists do and sabotage themselves is they go to the boys club, which is social media. And as long as they're 20 to 300 friends know they got something, they're happy with that. But if they're not able to turn those 300 friends into lucrative opportunities, that's when the frustration comes. When it's like, y'all don't even support me. Y'all don't even do this. Y'all don't even do that. And I'm going to talk about that too. That's where they fail themselves because nobody's going to take care of you better than you. And I'm tired of us using things like loving yourself. You got to love yourself. But most people don't invest in themselves. So how can they say they love themselves or they love the art or they don't even put into their art to let people know that it's there? That's crazy. So understandably, this event talked about that too. Because if you're going to use social media, you have to know how to use the social media and what the social media is for. Let me ask you something. Do you know what Facebook is for? Facebook was a social measure. Yeah, the CIA wanted it to see who's out there and to, do stuff. But to use Facebook to market yourself, number one, you're going to pay them. But two, it's for connectivity, relationship building individuals. Instagram was made by Kodak, which is a camera company. When phones started getting cameras, they wanted to take their camera line and put it on the phone. So Instagram initially wasn't for music, it was for pictures. So think about that and how it evolved. YouTube was to take place of television. So music videos and things like that became real big. You feel me? Then that revolution started when TikTok dropped. See, TikTok, everybody thought TikTok was just a 2-minute video. It's just for people with shorter time spans. The genius of TikTok is it took people's songs, became a streaming service, and with people consuming short videos so much, songs went viral and people got paid from TikTok. So then Facebook and Instagram had to catch up, and now YouTube had a competitor because Facebook and Instagram wasn't in YouTube's lane, but TikTok is because it deals with music. And if you notice, now you can put music in everything. Now you can put short videos in everything because TikTok actually revolutionized the game. And Twitter is not for any of that stuff. So if you have the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you have to use it in a certain way where people can be, I'm not going to say flooded with your information, but people can constantly be reminded and they can constantly see that you're there. Shout out to Nork Illustrated for doing that with Tracy Sev because the Bitch Stop Playing With Me song got big off of not only the social media aspect of it, but it was promoted and put in your face everywhere. Then they took the song and went out to different DJ conferences, events, and they showed the world what this is. They showed the world who they are. The song was performed, and every time you got the visual, you got a personal thing to go with it. Most people are putting out their music and not making a personal connection with the people they want to consume their music. Now I got to talk my shit and pat myself on the back because I work with 2 artists in particular. And these 2 artists, not only before they stuff hit social media, they took advice from me and did a lucrative move to make money. And it worked. It worked greatly for them. And not only did it work greatly, it gave them the key to understand one process and how to build a successful run on our project. Now, how you build success, that's up to you. Because what was it, 1,000 streams for like $1? That's trash. But 1,000 sales at $1 for $1,000, that's big. And you got to respect that because that means you did your damn thing. You've put something out that not only made people pay attention, now you got something from it and you could put it into your next project. See what I'm saying? Those are the things that make you lucrative and successful. You can count success any way you want, but success to me is in steps. As an artist, here's what I think success is that you've done. You tell me if I'm wrong. As an artist, the first thing you do successful is get your ass in the booth and sing a rap and write a rap. The second one, believe in yourself enough to put it out to get criticized by it. And then when people love it, now you do it again and again and again and again until you make a project. That's cool. But now also, music is such a free commodity that you great artists are getting so disrespected that you go to the bank. Say this for Spotify right here. This right here with Spotify. You put your music into it. Everybody's going to the bank and giving them business, but they're not giving you business. And that's why I have a problem with it, because I salute Spotify and Tidal. That's great that we can now have access to the music where the physical commodity is not even there anymore. You see what I'm saying? Salute. It's great that I could go to my phone and say, I want to listen to DMX today. I want to listen to Jay Skis today. I want to listen to Keith Chandler today. Or maybe I want to listen to Double O or Tretch or Redman or 8-Ball MJG, whoever. That's at the palm of my hand. But back in the day, we had big old CD books. We had to change the CDs. I had CD changes in the car. That's great. But the artist is still not getting paid. And people are still not getting the best that they need to get when it comes to producing an art. Think about this. Cooking is an art. You don't go to the restaurant and give the chef 0.16 cents of a penny to taste cake, cheesecake, steak, chicken, whatever. You have to pay in full. I don't mind paying for music. I really don't, especially when it's quality. But I do mind when it's being consumed to the point where people are losing out. See, back in the day, record sales meant so much. Now, streams mean much, and people are selling their goods for streams and not really getting the respect of being an artist through sales. And that's part of your royalties is mechanical royalties, which is downloads. If you don't know the royalties, that's another conversation we can have at another time. This conversation talked about all that. Let's talk about something. Notes 82 chimes in and said, that's a fact. You pay for what you like and appreciate. Of course. Like, we live in a streaming platform where the people have apps, but guess what? The DVD market is still alive and well when it comes to movies. So music should not really be that different. But here's the thing, and this is what I really want to harp on that I learned at this event. Everybody calls themselves independent and say they don't need a label. You are a damn liar. And let me tell you why I say that. The label had people in place to help you where most people are deficient today. Even myself, I'm deficient because I'm sharing my own stuff while I'm talking to you on the show. But let me tell you what that label had. Today, managers do the same thing booking agents do. They're booking shows, but that's not really their job. Their job is to manage, so you know where to go and you know what's going on. But managers are booking agents today, and labels provided that. Not only that, labels provided artist development. In today's world, we're seeing people develop in front of our eyes. So some of these young cats who come out every year, we probably won't appreciate their growth until their 14th or 15th project if they're not being seasoned or directed in the right manner when it comes to making their music. And that's very dangerous and scary, because if an artist is not being groomed correctly, they'll put out anything and it can hurt their brand. And that is why I do music solution specialist, because some people would just put things out and throw it at the wall to see if the shit stick, and that's not proper judgment. But some people do that. Here's another thing that the label gave y'all besides money, a budget. They actually had inroads to help you know who to talk to and where to go. A lot of artists today have great music, but don't get any radio spins, which is a royalty. They don't have do any shows. And depending on the venue might be registered. And for performance, that's a royalty. They don't do these things, so they're not getting paid effectively. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, you're not getting shows, you're not getting marketed, you're not getting promoted. You don't have the visuals, which are pictures, and not your damn iPhone pictures. I mean, real pictures that are thought out, high def, not you sitting in the park or sitting on a car, something that really makes you look presentable. I mean, I don't have those, but I'm working on it. But people don't have these things, and they're going out putting things out, and they're not looking presentable. So people look at them as like, oh, this is not really official. Where if you know people who really out there making moves, they have to have a certain look to themselves, and that's how they get branded. Look, how y'all watch the Iconic Records on YouTube about the Life After Death CD? There's an episode out right now about how Biggie really was big on wanting to be the flyest big guy out. He said Heavy D did it for the light-skinned big dudes. He wanted to do it for the dark-skinned big dudes who everybody called ugly because they were dark-skinned. And Biggie had help with 5001 Flavors to help make his look so he could be the flyest dude on stage. Salmon gaiters, salmon suit, double-breasted suits and all that. He wanted that because he wanted to represent and be branded as the big boss, the head of junior mafia, the mob, whatever. He wanted that look and to go that way. So even as an artist, whatever you sell has to be important. I'm about to say something that's probably going to piss some people off, but it's the truth. Look at New York rappers, right? The one thing I can tell you about the high in New York rappers, they always make themselves look larger than life. Jay-Z now is in a suit. Remember, he told people take off the jerseys, put on button-ups, and that changed the game. Before Jay-Z, people wanted to be Biggie with Coogee and Versace. People wanted to be Big Daddy Kane, right? Look at New Jersey. Who's our example of what to be in New Jersey? And please don't say Redman, because if you look at what the industry says about Redman, the industry kicks Redman's back in a lot. And if that's the stigma New Jersey's under, as an artist coming from New Jersey, it is very important to brand yourself a certain way because you don't want to ever come under a stigma or a prejudice somebody has. I personally feel that Redman gets unfairly put in certain positions because they don't even talk about him when it comes about the greatest. And when you talk about him, they just pass right over his name. They don't even give Mr. Noble the respect he deserves of what he did, shouting out Brick City and doing so many things. A lot of people overlook Tretch because Tretch had the jail suit look. Jersey has a lot of fly people here that really know how to dress and put it down. And because that has never been represented when it comes to the hip hop culture in Jersey, people think people from New Jersey only wear sweatpants or look like car thieves from the 90s. And that's not true. So as an artist, it's very important to find your look, take pictures, and put yourself out there so people can respect you, have an understanding of you as a brand, and market you based on your presentation. Because remember, first appearances matter the most. Okay? As an artist, when you don't have a good first impression and your stuff is sloppy, it's like going to school and giving your homework. If I went to you, ask me, yo, Karev, let me get a bio and da 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 da, and you pay me your money, and I came to you with a bio that was crimpled, had stains on it, picture was fuzzy, you'd be pissed. Like, what the hell is this? And this is how people look at us as creatives when we're not put together correctly. You know, these are the downfalls of what it is when you are an artist. You believe that you don't need a label and you're going to get all this free labor because you're popular. Popularity don't mean shit. That's why there's so many great artists in groups of 20 or 30, this big, when the world is this big, and they're so focused on this that they don't see this. Or some people are so scared. What if nobody listened to me in their town, but somebody across the world will love to hear what you got to hear? See, when you are an artist, you may not have a label, but you need label mentality. And that's the one thing I give Jay-Z credit for, because they said in Def Jam, he wanted to know who did his marketing, who worked on his pictures, who worked on his vibe. He was very hands-on. And a lot of people just put music out and they're not very hands-on. I understand people don't have the money, because it seems like you got to sell your butt or sell drugs to get things done in the music industry, because shit is expensive. I get it. But with the resources you do have, it is very, very, very smart and intelligent, insightful to invest within yourself and find out the best avenues you could take with the money that you do have. Shit, you can spend your money with me and I help you. You see what I'm saying? And that's not one of us a ploy for you to give me anything. It's a service that I do help with. But take the resources that you have, and that's what's going to make you great. Here's a couple of things that I've heard and seen when it comes to the music or artistry. I have a business partner. His name is Michael Bradley. He did transparent credit repair. If you ever been on heritagehiphop.com, you can see it at the bottom of the page. Michael Bradley told me the richest place in the world is the graveyard, because that's where $1 million dreams go to die. So all those millions are in graves. Why? Because nobody took the chance to go market and promote themselves. Here's the second thing that I've known, heard, listened to, etc. People say, I don't want to do my old music. New and old are concepts of time. There's no such thing as time, ladies and gentlemen. There's no such thing as new and old. Everything's new. See, something's new always to fresh ears. So whether you introduce yourself to a new market or whatever, and you do your old music, to you, it's still new to them. So don't ever think that anything you do is old. You're always new to somebody. And that's why it's important to never let your catalog go. So don't think you have to produce 5 albums in a year to never promote or market any of them and think they're old. They're old to you. But the world may love what you have as long as you put some legs behind it. You feel what I'm saying? And this is the third mistake people make. You didn't like and share my stuff. That's why I didn't make it. No, you fool. You didn't like and promote your stuff. That's why you didn't make it. I understand you want your friends and your people to click the like button and share. That's cool. But remember, that's a courtesy. See, people who say they don't need labels, that's what the label ensures, that people get to see and like your stuff. So to have that mentality of being an artist, you have to put your stuff in position so people can like, share, and comment on your stuff. Because when your things hit the algorithm, that's when you go to the next level. So we talked about that at the TNL talk when in Jersey City. It's all about, as an artist, do you want your stuff out there, and how do you want it out? How do you measure your success, and what's the bar you set for yourself, and are you going to reach it? See, this goes beyond music. This is for people who make clothes, people who do sneakers or comic books or make shit. It could be barbecue sauce for all that matters. This is how you get your stuff out there. You have to pay. You have to put yourself out there, because if you do not, you're not going to make it, ladies and gentlemen. And whose fault is it? Ultimately, it's your fault. Because everybody out there who says I'm dope and they're not doing anything, you're a fucking fraud. Stop playing these games with everybody. If you're doing music to be a hobbyist, then be a hobby. Just say it's a hobby, and don't complain with people when your stuff don't blow. But if it does blow, may God bless you, because that's that 1 in a million shot that you have a right to take. But for the people out there who are paying to put their music out and doing the best they can, May the Most High shine light on your project because you're doing the right thing. You're making connections, and relationships are the best thing you can have in the industry. Some people are out here fighting for loyalty where the music industry is not loyal. How many times have we seen Conway and Benny, West Side, and all these people that's hot now, Kendrick and Drake and J. Cole? How many times have we heard them say about the music industry, it's not what I thought it was? And they look so sad because it's stressful and depressing to them. But people are fighting for the dangled carrot in front of their face, which is telling them, you need me to make this money. There's an art to being an artist, and that's called the money exchange. Getting somebody to give them $1, $5, $10, $20, or more based on something you create. And you can do it. All of us can do it. You know why I know you know how I know we can do it? Because if you're smart enough to create, you're smart enough to find the people or have something done to get somebody in your corner to help you. Whether you need a publicist, a marketer, a manager, a booking agent, or something. There's outlets all over the world that you can touch. And as graduates of Google University, all you need is one of these. And that could take you to where you got to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the game is hard. It is. But the formula is pretty simple. Get in where you fit in and show the people that like you have this and to support you. And those who will support you will, because there are people who buy music. There is an overseas market that still buys music. There is a domestic market that still buys music. The one thing I don't like about today's music, and now I mean the people making it, I mean the business of it, I miss the CD era, man. I miss when you could take something like this and open it up and see who did the beats. You could see the liner marks to see who made something, who did this or who did that. That was important. And that's what I miss about it. But guess what? If there's people like me who miss it, if you have a stellar project, they're going to buy that CD to see what's on the inside. I promise you. Because you have hip hop collectors now. You know how people collect sneakers? There's people who collect tapes. There's people who still collect CDs. There's people who still buy vinyl. Shit, you don't believe me? Let me show you something. I got this personally from Raekwon the Chef. This is my vinyl. One of my vinyls. Still in the plastic. The Wild. Let me see if I can find it. Can't find the autograph, but yeah, I got vinyl. Got a record player too. People will still buy your stuff. Look, Raekwon autographed my wine bottle when I went to go see him, and he gave me that album. See this? And this is a collector's item for me. This is beautiful. But you could do those same things as an artist to engage the public and have people want to meet and connect with you. A gift goes a long way to the heart. And music is not your gift. It is your talent that you share. But what you what you gift to people will have them turn their hearts and minds to you and endure to you because you took the time to give them something outside of yourself. And I don't mean your beats, because that's business. Gifting comes freely from the heart. Think about that as an artist and think about what it is that you give people. I'm going to tell y'all this. If there's another TNL talk on marketing and promotion given by True and Living, I think y'all should go. And I would definitely want to be there. If it's something I can speak on, I'll definitely go and talk. But if it's something I can learn from, I'm definitely going to go there too. Because what I honestly want to do, I don't want to become an artist, but I want to walk the artist track to understand what artists go through So then, as a music solution specialist, I can help them along the way a little better because I know what they're going through. Some artists need music videos shot. Do y'all know who to go to? And what's y'all thing? Which comes to the last thing I want to talk about. A lot of people do things and don't have a budget. The budget is the most principal thing that you need when it comes to the music industry. Because guess what? People are putting their hard-earned talent, time away from their families, and their skills on the line for people. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I do interviews and people don't share the interviews, when I do interviews and people don't give a damn about it and they just say, yeah, it was good and they keep moving, that's a big fuck you to me. And I got to take it for what it is because a lot of people act that way because they're following the industry. Because Fab, Jay, and them, they never did promo like that. So they ain't say, I'm going to be here, check me out on da 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 da. That ended in the 2000, like late 90s and early 2000s. People stopped doing promo runs like that on the radio and things, and there was commercials for them to come up. They stopped that. People just catch them when they catch them. And people think that's the way it's supposed to be. And unfortunately, that's not the way it's supposed to go. But when you don't have a relationship with people and you just appear and disappear, you're still taking chances at throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's good to promote and tell people where you're going to be, because then, as that show is supposed to promote, you're promoting that show. And some people are not, most people are not supposed to ask the same questions. I don't know if they do. I don't ask those questions. And I can tell you for a fact, you seeing the person that you support in other places helps give you the opportunity to bond with them. And as an artist, you want more people to see you in their neck of the woods and things like that because you want people to bond with you. That is very, very key and very, very important. If you don't take the time to market and promote yourself, not only are you giving yourself ample opportunity to fail, you're giving yourself ample opportunity to fall on your ass and be forgotten. And the one thing everybody does not want to be is forgotten. Everybody wants to be mentioned like Michael Jackson and Billie Holiday and Prince and John Jackson or Jack Johnson, I'm sorry, or Bono, Bruce Springsteen. They're all not hip hop artists, but you know the names. Madonna. You want sports? Everybody wants to be Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell. Baseball, Babe Ruth, Josh Gibson, Willie McCovey, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio. Like, see, everything has names. Most people want to be those people who people talk about when they reference things, not to be forgotten when it comes to the art of what they do. Correct? So why would you want to be that person? See, if you live off your social media to a successful business artist, social media only accounts for 5% of their income for the year. If the social media accounts for your 90%, I say 60% or more of what you get from music, then honestly, you're either doing this for a hobby or to see how it goes before you take the next step. And there's nothing wrong with that. But just know what you're in it for. Because the most important thing is not the music, it's why you do what you do as an artist, whether it's music or more. Why are you the person that's doing these things? Or why does it fulfill you? Who are you? And why should I care what you make? See, those are the questions that should be asked and worked on so that people know who you are, what you bring to the table, and more importantly, how the foundation of who you are was built based upon what you have as an artist, as a creative, and not as somebody out here just throwing stuff on the wall to see what sticks. The TNL Talk Marketing versus Promotion marketing and promotion event was amazing, and it was worth everybody's time. And salute to everybody who performed. Queen Nevaeh, Keith Chandler, Olav. Salute to the Hit System and his new twins. May the Most High bless you and your family. All that was great. Shout out to Noteworthy. And there was another artist there I met. I apologize. I forgot your name, sir. But these are the people who are there, who I guarantee you may hear or see very soon. Maybe on Heritage Hip Hop, maybe somewhere else, but you will see them. I have to go, ladies and gentlemen. But before I get out of here, if you missed this show, it is on YouTube and it will be available on Spotify, Apple, and wherever else you stream your podcast. Heritage Hip Hop Podcast is there too. We're also there with A&N and R&B Podcast, which is a part of Heritage Hip Hop as a sister show on our network. So stay tuned for the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast and the Mike Councils and all those to be on all your streaming services. You can subscribe to heritagehiphop.com to buy merch, see video, listen to podcasts, hear music, and exclusive music as well that comes out on our website. You can subscribe there. Subscribe and follow us on all social media. We are there for everybody, and we build with all artists. So if you're an artist out there and you're looking for someone to help you solve an issue that you have, I consult for a fee. Not only that, I also help people build their plan for their album, their rollouts, and things like that. So if you are interested, you can find me right here. Let me see, right here. That right there. At Heritage Hip Hop on social media, and you can hit me. I don't really have much to say, but thank you for listening. And may the Most High bless you. And may you get the best out of your art, your craft, and may you get whatever it is that you want. I don't even know what to say, but thank you for listening. Peace. And I'm out.